do I find a good lawyer for my case? You can start by researching the lawyer's educational background. Where did he go to college? Where did he go to law school? Those things are basic. You really need to delve into it and find out what kind of training the lawyer has gotten since law school. What kind of practical training has he received in the courtroom or by attending what's known as CLEs, Continuing Legal Education. A lawyer who's devoted his time and resources to receiving additional education after law school will be in a much better position to get a positive result for your case. One important factor to look at is, does this lawyer actually try cases before judges or juries? Although it's true that more than 99% of all personal injury cases are settled before trial, the fact that your lawyer goes to trial, actually gets in the ring and fights, will put him in a position to better negotiate a settlement on your behalf with the defendants. When you decide to research a lawyer, a good place to start is his or her website. But that should not be the one and only place you look. Because the truth of the matter is, all of the information on the lawyer's website, my website included, is information I put on there or we put on there. You should validate that information by checking alternative sources. There are a number of things that you will see on a lawyer's website that are basically universal to almost everybody that does personal injury work. No fee, no recovery. That's pretty standard language found in almost every personal injury lawyer's contract. It's in my contract. Aggressive. Every lawyer says they're aggressive. Check the lawyer's trial record. Free initial consultation. Everyone I know that does personal injury will talk to you for free. Millions recovered. Anyone that has a significant personal injury practice can make this claim. Millions are recovered every year on behalf of injured parties. You want to know if the lawyer truly does personal injury as a major portion of his practice. Beware of someone who dibbles and dabbles in 30 different practice areas. Just like you wouldn't get a heart doctor to perform brain surgery, you need to be careful about hiring someone who does 95% of their work is family law, and now they're going to do your personal injury case. You want someone who devotes a significant amount of their time to doing personal injury work if you're going to hire them as your lawyer. You should also give little to no weight to statements such as 200 years of combined experience. Well, in those situations, all they do is simple math. They add up the total number of lawyers in the firm and the total number of years of experience combined. This does little, if any, to help you determine what quality of lawyer you're getting for your case. And in fact, you don't know who in that firm is going to handle your case. You may get the guy fresh out of school with 2 months of practice. So be careful about statements like that. Another thing I often hear clients say is that they were promised a certain amount of money, or they were promised their case would be over by a certain date. Anybody that makes any one of these promises should scare you. Number one, we are prohibited by the Bar Association from promising you a certain outcome. These cases are just impossible to predict at the outset what amount of money is going to be fair and reasonable compensation. The other issue is promising you that your case will be over by a certain date. A promise that your case will be over by a certain date is just not something a lawyer can realistically and honestly do. most important factor in how soon your case will be over is your medical treatment, your medical condition. At what point do we have a clear picture of your overall medical condition? Have you completely healed? If you have not completely healed, do you have a condition that's going to bother you for the remainder of your life? Unless we can answer those questions, we can't even begin to determine when your case will be over. So, be careful if someone makes a promise that you know they can't really keep. If you determine that you need to hire a lawyer, you can't go this on your own, be sure to ask the right questions. How long have you been a personal injury attorney? Have you handled cases similar to mine? What is going to be the hardest thing about my case? What is the procedure for handling my case? What do you anticipate will be the most difficult thing about my case? Who in your office will be working on my case? Can I get a copy of your fee agreement before I sign it, so I can have my family members or friends take a look at it? These are questions you should ask, and the lawyer should not be offended by any of these questions because they're all reasonable. You have a right, you have the absolute right to make sure you hire the best person for your case.